السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وبشر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أن لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبل وأتوا به متشابها ولهم فيها أزواج مطهرة وهم فيها خالدون. صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. We'll start from the 25th ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah tonight. Previously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned the kuffar, those who do not believe in the oneness and the rububiyat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being the Rabb, and the prophethood of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Quran being the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those people who do not believe in it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned them that beware of the fire. This is the third aqidah of Islam, which is about the life after death, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned the kuffar about it. Now what about the mu'mineen? وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and give good news to those who believe and do righteous deeds. أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارِ, for them there are gardens beneath which rivers flow. كُلَّمَا رُزِقُوا مِنْهَا مِنْ ثَمَرَةِ الرِّزْقَ, every time they are given a fruit from there to eat, قَالُوا, they will say, هَذَا الَّذِي رُزِقْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِ, this is what we have been given before. وَأُتُوا بِهِ مُتَشَابِهًا, and they will be given fruits resembling one another. وَلَهُمْ فِيهَا أَزْوَاجٌ مُطَهَّرَةٌ, and for them there shall be wives purified. وَهُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ, and there they will live forever. Inshallah we'll do more ayat if time permits, but there's a few things to note in this ayah, as Hazrat have pointed out, Hazrat Mufassirin. Number one is وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. This good news of Jannah and freedom from hellfire is for people who not only believe, آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, the people who do good deeds. So Hazrat Mufassirin have written that to only have belief in your heart and even mention it with your tongue, but not do any good deeds, does not ensure freedom from hellfire. But for someone to be absolutely free of hellfire, they have to have some good deeds. Of course, this is the rule that is explained in the Quran. The mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can send into Jannah without sending into hellfire first anyone who has believed. But this is the rule, that you have to have belief and also have to have good deeds. Otherwise, the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that if somebody comes on the Day of Judgment only with belief in their heart and they have expressed it with their tongues, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the rule is that they will be put into hellfire first to cleanse them of their evil deeds. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all from that and give us entry into Jannah directly. The other thing is that كُلَّمَا رُزِقُوا مِنْهَا مِنْ ثَمَرَةِ الرِّزْقَ قَالُوا هَذَا الَّذِي رُزِقْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِ, that they will be given fruit after fruit, and those fruits will look alike. And they will say, when the second time they are given that fruit, or when there's a repetition, they will say, we've been given this before. So Hazrat Mufassirin have explained that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken care of the tiniest pleasure of humankind in Jannah. So it's a very fine point that human nature is that they like to be surprised. They are very happy. Even that has been taken care of in Jannah, that only the slight and small pleasure of being surprised, that has been taken care of Jannah. That they will be given a fruit that will look like, they will think, looking at it, they will think that they've had it before, either in this world. Mufassirin have had two different call according in regards to this, that either they will resemble the fruits of this world, or they would have been given a similar fruit in Jannah. So they will look at it and they will say that we've had it before. But when they'll eat it, when they'll consume it, they will be surprised and they will be happy that this is the element of surprise is there, that they will be really happy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them that looks like the previous one, but it has a different flavor, entirely different flavor. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has even taken care of that such small things in Jannah. One explanation is Hakim al-Ummah Mawlana Shuri Sahib Thanvi in Masail al-Suluk has written that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala herein is proof that the ibadat that we do in this world, the joys that we derive from the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through our salah, through our zikr, the pleasure that in Jannah that will be given to the people who believed and did good deeds, they will feel that will remind them in a manner, to some extent, of the pleasure that they used to derive here in this world by doing ibadat, by involving in ibadat. So herein is a proof that as the qawl of Mashaikh, as the saying of Mashaikh is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a certain extent of the pleasure of Jannah to His beloved people right in this world as well. They find so much joy, so much pleasure in the ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as if those are the joys of Jannah. وَلَهُمْ فِيهَا أَزْوَاجٌ مُطَهَّرَةٌ. For them there will be wives purified, and from this it should be understood that they will be pure. They will be pure of all the both kinds of impurities. So impurities that we have, human beings have naturally in regards to their bodily needs, they will be pure of that, and they will also be pure of being the other kind of impurity, that is of being faithless. Yeah, so they won't be involved in with anyone else, but they will be pure of that imperfection as well. So they will be faithful to whoever they are provided. وَهُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. Then this will be a life of ever and ever. Starting ayat 26, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَسْتَحْيِي أَن يَضْرِبَ مَثَلًا مَا بَعُوضَةً فَمَا فَوْقَهَا. Indeed, Allah does not feel shy in citing any parable, be it that of a gnat or of something above it in meanness. So in Urdu it is machhar, a small fly, really small fly, or like a mosquito or a fly. So the ayah means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not feel shame in citing examples of such little things, or even things even more inferior or more lighter than these. فَمَا فَوْقَهَا فَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَيَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ. Now as for those who believe, they know it is the truth from their Lord. وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا فَيَقُولُونَ مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا. And while those who disbelieve say, what could Allah have meant by this parable? يُضِلُّ بِهِ كَثِيرًا وَيَهْدِي بِهِ كَثِيرًا. By this, Allah lets many go astray, and by this He makes many find guidance. وَمَا يُضِلُّ بِهِ إِلَّا الْفَاسِقِينَ. But that He does not let anyone go astray through these except those who are sinful. So the kuffar, when they raised questions about the Quran, there was two things that they mentioned. That when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave example of a fly or a mosquito or really tiny inferior object, they raised two kind of questions. That why does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not feel shame or shy of talking about such small inferior things, valueless things in this such great book? If this book has come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who's so great, why is someone so great talking about something of such less importance? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has answered this in the beginning of the ayah, Inna Allah la yastahi. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not feel shy in doing that. The logic is that if something is inferior itself and you have to give an example of that thing, of course the example will be given with an inferior, with the valueless thing. Hakim al-Ummah has written that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking about their idols and how they worship. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala considers it so inferior that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a parable or exemplifies it through a mosquito or a fly. So Hakim al-Ummah has written that it doesn't come to sense. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when comparing these idols, will not give an example of His arsh or of His kursi, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will only give example of inferior things, just to show and to clarify that these things are really inferior. And the other thing is that they ask, what is the purpose of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by this? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that the purpose is that we will guide so many people through this, and the purpose is that we will misguide or lead astray so many people through these, and we will not lead astray only except those who are fasiqeen. The meaning of fasiqeen are the people who are in the terms of Sharia. The fasiqeen are those people who are steadfast in their sinning, who are very constant in their sinning and do not make tawbah. So for someone who is a sinner but makes tawbah, he is excluded from the group of fasiqeen. But somebody who is steadfast, does it repeatedly and does not make tawbah, this in terms of Sharia is the fasiq. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about fasiqeen in the Quran, for the most part Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the kuffar, as the Mufassirin have written. So this is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives these examples, and one purpose is that through this the people who have flaws in their understanding, in their logic and in their belief, they will be led astray through these examples. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained in Ayah 27, who are the fasiqeen? الَّذِينَ يَنْقُضُونَ عَهْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مِيثَاقِهِ وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ. Those who break the covenant of Allah after it has been made binding, and cut off the relations Allah has commanded to be joined. وَيُفْسِدُونَ أَن يُوصَلَ وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَن يُوصَلَ وَيُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. That they cut off the relations Allah has commanded to be joined and spread disorder on the earth. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. These are the ones who are losers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned their two qualities. First is that every human being has made this covenant, this pact with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked them, who is your Lord in the alam of arwah, in the world of when we were in the form of spirits, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had collected all of them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had asked that, am I not your Rabb? And all of them said, qalu bala. It is said in the Quran that all of them said that yes, definitely you are. And the other quality is that they break the relationships that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded to be established. The relationships between family, one meaning Hazrat Mufassirin have written is that relationship between the relationship between humans, and then the other relationship, the more important relationship that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded to be established, as Hazrat has written, is that it is a relationship of the creation with the creator. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us to establish that relationship. Those people who break this relationship between the creator and the creation, those are the fasiqeen, and these are the people who will be misguided through the Quran. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. And of course these are the biggest losers, the big losers. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from becoming among the losers, and inshallah next time we will start from Ayat 28. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa lam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-huda wat-tuqa wal-'afafa wal-ghina. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa lam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Allahumma ij'alna min ahli al-Qur'an alladhi ahluka wa khassatuk. Sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqih sayyidina wa mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amin bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.